Greetings and salutations, friends, and welcome back to Truth Seekers. Today is Tuesday, and we're continuing in a new series of sorts, Tarot Card Tuesday, where you can get a free reading right here in the live chat. Stephanie from As the Willow Grows was kind enough to send us a new reader, and her name is Autumn Rose. She'll be debuting here today. I have not, quite honestly, looked too deeply into her. I thought it'd be better if I get to know her a little bit right here on air and bring you along with me. So welcome, new friend, Autumn Rose.
Hello, everybody. How are you?
So I thought maybe you could tell me a little bit. I'm always fascinated by this sort of origin story, like by how you got into doing all of these things and got into these topics and doing readings. Can you give us some of your background?
Yeah, absolutely. I've been getting tarot readings done myself for such a long time, and I kind of got into it a little more when the pandemic hit. I bought my first tarot deck maybe a year before that. I was training myself, and then I opened my own business, Autumn and Poison Peak, and trying to make myself an online presence here. And since then, I've become a Reiki master, and also all of my readings, because when you are tuned at the Reiki level, it comes with a healing aspect of all my readings, come with protection and healing. I know people were talking about the prices being a little high, but all of my readings come with Reiki as well. That's just how I do my thing, and it's a lot of work and energy, and it's something I truly love to do. I'm supposed to be here being a healer on this planet for humanity, and it's
yeah. And as far as the prices, like I haven't looked too deeply into it, but I am aware of several different people who do tarot card readings that are on the West Coast that are $300 and $500 for a half hour. So
yeah,
there's kind of a range, right? Some people are I don't know.
Definitely have to earn it. I mean, Willow, she's amazing, and we've been in this for a couple of years now, and as you get busier, you need to raise your prices to filter out the people who really want to have your message, and really want the help. And it's like, if people are willing to pay for their own help, they are willing to take your advice a lot more clearly. And it's just from your spirit team, from your guides, and what they want you to know. And it's the more you're willing to put out there financially, people will likely listen a lot more, because they're
right.
these free readings all the time, and then it's the same people coming in the chat all the time asking the same questions about, does this person love me, does this person want to come back to me, and they don't
people are always concerned with love life, right? Yeah, love life is a big one.
Yeah, so it's like
because it's important to people, right? But what did you grow up with, like some sort of organized religion, and how does that
I did
play
grow up
into things?
In the Christian church. I even went to a private Christian school, and just something felt a little off to me just following that religion. I don't everyone has their own path, right? Everyone resonates with certain things along the way, and for me it was tarot and that Reiki energy, just being a healer and seeing from my own past experiences how I grew up, the family dynamic. Like, my life was not easy, and getting to where I am now and showing other people how they can find their inner strength, and really just that anyone can do this. Anyone can teach themselves. Anyone can find a mentor, or a friend group. I'm very much in a spiritual bubble. I exist very much in a spiritual bubble. But I truly do enjoy it. It's my life. It's like my career. This is literally what I do.
Isn't it interesting too that the pandemic started careers for so many people? I started this show because of the pandemic.
Oh, really?
Well, my business got destroyed.
Right.
My old business that I did before the pandemic was related to in service in people's homes. So obviously with the pandemic, nobody wanted you in their house. I had to do something, and I just started this and just kept on pushing. And it's interesting. So I know at least, I don't know, counting you, like 4 or 5 people that said, because of this pandemic, I'm just going to do what I think I should be doing
Yeah,
because I
and
have
I
this
think
free
that's
time to develop it, right?
I mean, if you look in the spiritual community, that's a huge reason why we think the pandemic happened. So people can step into what they've really wanted to do. Like, think about how many people started doing art projects and making masks. And like, this is just one aspect. There's a whole other side of like people who started their own businesses. Like, I heard, especially in the United States, that like 50,000 people or something walked out of their jobs. Or sorry,
Yeah, yeah, the great
sorry,
walkout.
55.
Yeah, but you know what? I think the pandemic made people realize what was more important, and maybe a little bit of
Right.
time off gives you some reflection, right? And you say,
Right.
I know for me, like I used to have this soul crushing cubicle job, right? You know, and
Right.
at some point you just say, I'm not going to do this anymore. I'd
I
rather be
used to work for
poor.
lawyers. I'm a legal assistant. That's what I went to school for. And
Oh,
I'm just like,
interesting.
it's just it changes. Like things and time and age, they all change you. When you're just like, sorry, I have incense going, so I can keep myself.
Yeah, I
My
saw
house isn't
that.
on
I'm
fire,
like,
everybody. Uh, so like when I was just like you said, sitting in a cubicle, and you get older and you're just sitting there and you're like, what do I really want to do with my life? And you can get back money, you can get back certain experiences, but you can't get back your time. And
that's a big thing to me is that the only resource that I can't get more of is time. So
right,
I've always been, for the past several years at least, I've been very conscious of like, do I really want to spend my time doing this, or do I want to do something more meaningful?
yeah.
You know?
And I also just started reading more. I went back to school. I did my Reiki. I went to my Reiki masters. That takes a lot of time to become a Reiki master, along with other supernatural things. Like, I've
Yeah,
always
I
been
gotta admit, on Reiki, I'm a little bit on the fence. Like, part of me thinks I know somebody that was very ill, and they went on a like healing journey, and Reiki was one of the things that they did, and I was kind of on the fence, and I still am about what its effects are, what its benefits are, because like I guess if you go from pure science, there's not a lot of literature that would support that it
no, but
has.
what's funny is I also took a cognitive behavioral therapy class, and the I took it before the Reiki, and the similarities in, like, let's say you have back pain, they even said it in the cognitive behavioral therapy class. Like, the same chart was in both my Reiki and that class, about just having back pain because you feel like there's things that happen in your real life that will make you have physical pain in your body. And it's just funny that there's, with science, like, cognitive behavioral therapy is a science, uh, psychological class,
Sure,
and
yeah,
Reiki is all about energy and clearing out your chakras, like from the root to your crown, and also going back into your past lives. I know this is like, people don't necessarily believe that, right? But when you go back, I can do past lives readings, and I get like the craziest visuals doing that, and I just heal those past lives, heal the past life karmas, and even life, like in this life, the toxic cycles that you have in this life, and it's just, when you stop um, being on the continuing the same cycle, you go the other way, and your life just changes. And you guys don't know me personally or my history in this life, but like, I've changed my life around within the past 3 years. But it took, like, really diving deep into myself to the point where I'm like, other people might need help doing this, because it's such a process when you are so deep in this, like, hole of depression or anxiety and all this stuff. Like, there's help out there, and sometimes it's not. I'm not saying, I'm not a doctor, don't stop your medication, obviously,
sure,
but
yeah.
like,
But I support people that do both.
right,
The problem
exactly,
that I have is that when there's some people that are less than ethical that say, "Oh, you don't need that doctor. Just come to me for this energy
right.
healing or crystal healing or
Unfortunately,
what med beds or what." That I have a big problem with.
unfortunately, this whole community is riddled with scam artists, and so the people who do this for a
Wow,
living,
wow! I'm glad that you admit it.
I'm sure. I
Like
see.
some
I
people
get.
are like,
You know
"Whoa,
what? On
it's the
Instagram,
elephant in the room, right? It's the
right?
elephant in the
But it's
room."
you will not, a real person, like a real reader, will not go into your DM. Please, anyone who's following spiritual accounts and gets DMs from several, like, fake accounts,
I
don't
get them all the
ever give them
time.
your
Like,
money.
contact me for a reading.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, the universe was
they DM me.
drawn
Yeah.
to me. Like, you were drawn to me. Like, I have a message from your ancestors. I'm like, bro, I do this for a
Yeah, that
living.
they
Like,
copied and pasted. Yeah, they copy
yeah,
and paste these messages.
they
Yeah,
just go to, like, the followers of that certain account. There was one time I was, uh I was just like scrolling through my Instagram, and there was my picture like of my tarot cards like that I took on this person's thing, being like, message me for a reading. Like, that's my picture. Like, what the
Oh
hell?
no.
Yeah, so yeah, no, it's not lost on me that there's people who are disingenuous about this whole thing and like trying to get people's money, but there are real people out there, and I'll be honest, some of the bigger accounts that you see are probably the most scam. Like, the most real people that I have met, like between Willow and several other readers I do readings on my YouTube channel, like they aren't more than 10,000 people on their like TikToks or their Instagrams and stuff. Like, they're smaller accounts. They have loyal people who come back to them all the time. This is a genuine thing that they do. This is our career, and it's not about getting followers or trying to buy Lamborghinis. It's like trying to literally help humanity and be. That's what light workers do. You know, there's magic. There's magic.
Well, I want to remind everybody we finally just started YouTube memberships, and Sidvich today became our first YouTube member. So sign up to become a member. You get some recognition there in the live chat. I guess we could try. You want to try to do some readings? We have some people
Absolutely.
requesting here. We have Sidvich is the first one, and he would like a general reading, I believe.
Okay.
Or
So I know
but wait,
Willow-
you know what? Why don't you tell me how you want to do this? Do you want people to ask a question, give a birth sign or something, or how do you? How
No,
would you prefer?
like I said, I learned how to do this all online. I started on Reddit. Like, people were, I'm serious. I started on Reddit, and I didn't even know people. I would just like read people's names and get like downloads of information. That's how I knew this was what I was supposed to do. So just seeing your username, I just pick up on the energy for that. Willow, Steph, that was here before, she does more tarot. I do more oracle readings. I do have my tarot deck here if I do need it.
Oh,
So
okay.
this is my
Sure.
oracle
Well, no,
deck.
whatever you feel comfortable
Yeah,
with.
this is my
You're the expert here today. So, I'm
well,
just the
and I want to say
observer.
thank you for having me on. You have
Yeah, my
a
pleasure.
way
I'm
bigger
always
following
interested
than
in
I'm used
meeting.
to.
I used to be a whole lot more skeptical, but lately I said I should at least entertain the possibilities and be willing to talk to people,
Yeah.
and
So
try to
just
meet him. So, Sidvich, you get the first reading since you were the first YouTube member here. Thank you for your kindness and your generosity and support of the show.
okay. Okay, so authenticity. I got authenticity. I'm just gonna move my crystal here. So let's not forget that when we put ourselves these labels, right? Okay, so I always say this with this card. This says authenticity. I don't know if it's the right way for you guys, but you
Go
see
ahead.
how they have behind here in the closet, there are so many different outfits. Don't put yourself into one box, okay? There's so many different things that you can be. You can be this thing and that thing, even if it seems contradictory to the people around you. And don't forget to take care of yourself. Get out, get working out again. I don't know if you've maybe lost track of your physical health lately, like if you're worried about your weight or something, but to get back to working out, get back the natural endorphins. I don't know if you're using a vice right now to fall back on, if you're drinking a little more or being on social media a little more or eating whatever it might be. Get back to the natural endorphins. Go for a walk. You will not regret it. Okay. There is also the blossoming. So pay attention to your dreams. Your messages are in your dreams. Your guides are trying to talk to you. You are blossoming into a new phase of your life. Take advantage. I don't know if you follow astrology, but maybe start doing that. Following who you are destined to be. Okay, you're blossoming into someone, a life that's beautifully. Okay, the thing is, you need to be, because the truthfulness card is reversed. So you need to be honest about who you want to be and where you want to go. Give yourself a hug. If like, think about the last time you maybe lashed out at your own self. Maybe you woke up this morning and you feel bad about what you did yesterday. You know, be honest with yourself about how you want to change your own life, right? Because if you're not going to be honest with yourself, you can't. The cycles in life are just going to continue going, and you won't be able to reverse it. It's just going to be, well, you obviously can't reverse it. I mean, it's going to be harder to dig yourself out of a hole that you are, if you're not being honest with yourself. But you are at some point going to have to take accountability for all the people that you are and all the purposes that you came here to be. And it requires kind of getting back into the groove of taking care of yourself. If you can't take care of yourself, you can't blossom into the person that you really want to be. Okay, don't let your insecurities or the other people around you cloud where you want to go. It's a long road. Like I said before, I've been doing this for like 3 years, and it took me a long time to get where I am in a mental state right now in order to feel comfortable enough to give other people advice, right? It's a long road. I can't sit here and be worried about my insecurities when my goal is to be something, right? And nothing is going to be perfect. Okay? Aptitude, you life is not going to ever be perfect. Okay? It's not. Don't be so hard on yourself when it's not perfect, because it's not going to be complete. That's the word I'm thinking of. Like, it's not complete. Life will never be complete. It's always going to be a next phase, it's like an onion, you layer it off. There's lots to it. It's not going to be so straightforward, right? And that's your message.
Okay, we have a bunch of other people, but I have to find them. They were way back. If you are in the live chat and you would like a reading, please let us know. Helen Crystal Energy. She seems like the perfect person to get a reading. Helen Crystal Energy.
Helen Crystal Energy. Okay.
She said, I'd love a reading.
Welcome to the chat. Thank you for asking. Again, if you guys saw on my website, I did give a 20% off discount. And if you use
it's in the description of the video. Use that discount code if you do go. There's the link tree for Autumn it's a link tree with all of her links and everything, all her social media and how to contact her, and also a discount code. If you should get a reading, make sure you use that so you can get a 20% off.
Okay. So I don't know if you are going through a breakup. There's something wrong with a companionship. The companionship card is reversed, but there's also an adventure. You need to get out of whatever the situation is. Go on an adventure, and I don't always mean like get on a plane and go somewhere, run away from your problems. Go and run away to escape the anxiety of it all. If you can go out to your backyard and just put your phone away for a minute. You need to go on a little adventure though with yourself. And because the companionship card is like she's out in the forest there, go and have you need to reconnect with Mother Nature, okay? But you do need to go on a little adventure. You're being called to go on an adventure, and you might find some the reason why you have this fear of rejection is what's holding you back. Don't let the fear of rejection hold you back, or don't pretend to be someone that you're not to get someone that you won't end up enjoying in the long run. You don't need to pretend to be anything other than your authentic self, okay? Yeah, okay. See, here you go, romance. Romance is upright, but this requires you being rejected, possibly for someone that that might be a real problem for you. There's nothing wrong with you because you don't are not vibing with someone right away. Okay, you have to be okay with being like that person. Really, like, don't let your fear of being alone make you be with someone that you don't even really like, because the red flags at the beginning is literally how it will end. And you've been put yourself in this situation probably a lot, and it requires being alone, finding your companionship within yourself, the love that you have for you. You will find this romance. It's coming. If you want to know time, here, let me see. I'll let you know how long. That came out really fast. See, yeah, the Knight of Swords. So it's on its way. So within a few weeks. There you go. Yep. So look, within the next 6 months, if you really want to take the time to just maybe call off dating altogether, or call off whatever. I don't know if you're single. I shouldn't assume that you're single. But call off whatever you're doing that is like overwhelming you right now. Shut it down. Put away your phone and focus on what you really want in life. Now is the time to do it. In 6 months from now, if you dedicate your entire 6 months, you will be a different person for the better. And you might lose a few things along the way, but it's aligning you with all those things that you really want. And what you really want is the end goal, right? Why wait? Because I don't know how old you are, but I can guarantee you that your 50-year-old self will really enjoy you starting the steps right now.
Interesting. Everybody's out there looking for romance. Is that a lot of what people ask you about? Is romance and things
Yes.
like that? Especially if they're single, right?
Yeah, romance is mostly, but people who come to me, especially like on my YouTube channel, it's the same people. They know now and just don't even ask about love, because I'm always gonna be like, what are you lacking within you that you need it from someone else so badly? Because if you start turning inward and being like, okay, well, what am I lacking to feel the love from outside of me? And that's just like it's it's how you grow up. Maybe you didn't get enough love in your home or something. There's a psychological factor of why people always look outside of themselves. When
Interesting. We have Becca R here asking for a reading, and then Alien Girl would be next. If you guys want a reading, please ask for one in all caps. I'm way back in the chat now, but I'll try to catch up.
okay, Becca R. Okay. Whew, that one flew out. Okay. Romance card is upside down. So what's going on with that? Okay, if you just went through a breakup, I don't know, but the romance card is reversed, or if you are thinking about going through a breakup, there is magic on the other side of this. The healing card is reversed, so don't resist it. Don't resist the magic, okay? If you go through with this healing is going to be beautiful. You are magic. Look at that. Magic, okay? There's magic on the other side within the healing. You might even be thinking about doing this. Do you have a tarot deck? Do you have an oracle deck? Do it. Right. You're trying to find out who you are. Your identity. Your identity is all within this, hidden within all the web of healing that you need to do, probably from a romantic relationship that didn't end the way that you wanted to. What? Okay. I'm getting the power. Okay. Some people are literally on this planet to break your heart so that you can see how powerful you are. That is what this is. This is screaming this, okay? Don't resist the healing. Literally go and take 15 minutes and cry about it. Don't pick up your phone. Don't get off social media. Just like literally sit there and deal with it and think about where it all kind of started. And this won't just be the end of it. This will be a process for a very long time. But don't lose yourself. Don't try to suppress it more, okay? Let it all out. Let it out and write it all. Write out your feelings. You're going to find yourself at the end of this. You're gonna find yourself at the end of this healing journey, and I'm proud of you. I can't actually wait to hear. Okay, so you're not listening to your spirit team. There's signs everywhere around you. You need to listen because the listening card's upside down. You're not listening, which is very hard to hear for a lot of people, obviously. Um, because
My wife says that all the time.
yeah, but like just
Last week
know
she was saying I don't listen or some shit. I don't know.
it.
Right?
She was talking. I heard noise.
Yeah. I go wah 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 wah. Yeah.
But if you actually start listening to yourself and move forward, um, believe like trusting your instincts. If you want to start, gosh, there's so many things you could do. But one thing that I started, how I actually got to like train your brain to start thinking better. Every single morning, I was like, my life is transforming in ways I have always imagined. Okay, and that's all it took. I just would say that over and over again, and I started to slow down on my alcohol consumption because I was like a huge drinker, used to be a huge fucking drinker. And I started just like not drinking when something would come up. I was just like, nope, not doing
I
that.
think the pandemic did that to a lot of us. I got
Yeah.
10 pounds of beer belly I'd like to get rid of, you know?
Right.
Alien Girl 111 is next with a general reading. And for those that are asking for readings, I'm making a list here. I'm trying to get a list in order. So please be patient. Trying to do them in order. If you have a question or would like a reading, please ask in all capital letters so that I know. And I'll work on the list while Autumn Rose here works on the readings.
Okay. Well, this divine love card is reversed, which tells me you have lost faith. Maybe it's how I don't want to say the wrong thing. Hang on a sec. Okay. Look at your love cycles and where it stems from, right? You think like love is not a fairy tale. It does genuinely exist. It just might be in people and things that you are not familiar with. Your love cycles have taken maybe a brunt, and you need to know that you are divine love. You need the love. Like, this is what I'm trying to talk about, like the self-love, right? Divine love being reversed. Just, you need to know that you are divine. You are the divine love, and you will find it when you dig deep into yourself. What do you really want? I want you to write out on a piece of paper like 50 things that you want in a partner. I know that sounds like a lot, but think about it. Go down to the personality, not just like the material things. Find what you think love is. How do they look at you? How does it make you feel? You know what I mean? And you get to get out of and start taking care of you again, because you have your this card again with the vices. Okay, whenever I get this card, it usually means that someone's turning. Like, we were just talking about drinking and stuff. Start um taking care of yourself again, and it's all gonna flow very, very quickly once you step into it. When you accept nothing less than what you deserve, your life will change. It doesn't have a choice. It changes. It looks like it's falling apart. That's what it always looks like, but that's okay. Okay, because I think those things don't align with who you are. Okay, your guides are with you. You're being encouraged, and you asking this question right now shows that you are in the right place at the right time. Before I came on here, I meditated and I said, please bring whoever needs to hear these messages to me. Okay, so you are asking and you are here, and this is your sign that it's going to be okay. It just requires a little bit of patience. You're being encouraged. Okay, everything that you have been told about something negative about yourself is not your voice. It's not that you keep on loop in your head. It's not you. Okay, that is something from the outside. And what I want you to do is say, if you get a negative, this can go for everyone in the chat. If you get like a negative thought loop or something saying anything that is not mine, anything that's not meant for me, anything that's not for my highest good does not have permission to be here. And you say it strong and you keep repeating it until those intrusive thoughts leave. And it helps tremendously, because you are in a thought loop, a negative thought loop, that might not be serving you. Okay, and you deserve to move on from that, but it requires some strength and patience from just how your mind works. Okay, just take your power back. Call your power back to you.
Oh, sorry about that.
I hope
I
that
have
helps.
alarms. I have alarms for everything. I apologize.
It's
So
okay.
I have to do that, or I forget like things like pick my kid off the bus. They're like,
Don't understand.
oh, I got to do that. Not that. That's a not an alarm for that,
Time
but
can escape you when you're having fun.
yeah, yeah. And we
Apparently.
have this one's kind of heavy, and ooh, Shelly Michelle Morrison is here, and she has a question. Will those who have sworn to ruin my life ever stop their attack? Will I ever be free of an older siblings? I think that's evil intent.
Well, okay. Those who've sworn to ruin my life, will they ever stop their? They might not. Uh, do you need a protection spell? Because I do that. Um, and if you want to message me on Instagram, I can help you, give you something that is not going to cost you an arm and a leg. They probably are too busy to continuously ruin your life, but I would highly suggest doing some protection work on yourself. You are the most powerful person that can help you. Just go on YouTube and type in guided protection meditation. It's about 8 minutes long. It is very, very effective. And if you want something more, I do protection spells as well. So I wouldn't be scared, but I would start protecting yourself. Maybe return to sender. I don't know what I don't know what you're into or anything, or if you'd like to hire somebody, but that's like a great one-on-one question. If you want to message me on Instagram, I could try to help you.
And we have Linda Beretta with asking for a general reading. Thank you.
Okay. General reading.
And then we have KRM is next.
Okay. So I don't know if you have an issue with authority. Again, going back to do you have I don't know if this is kind of a tricky thing for you to admit that you are into. in regards to your parents. Being afraid of rejection, because all these cards are reversed. So that's, I want to give you a hug. Rejection, authority, and self-worth all reversed. My love, you need to step into your power because it is possible. It is in you. I don't want you ever to doubt that again. There is an awakening on the surface here that is like waiting to explode because the awakening card just came up reversed. Okay, you are on the verge of something really big, like self realization wise. Okay, when you figure out just how powerful you are, and I was saying to another person earlier, I don't know if you heard, sometimes people are literally, you have relationships with them, whether that be coworkers, friends, family, just so that you can see how fucking powerful you are. And this is what this is. Okay, because there's an authority figure that makes you feel not so, like, that affects your self-worth. So you know exactly what that means. There's an awakening ready, waiting for you. When you just make little life changes, there's something that has to change here. What can I see here? Okay. When was the last time you laughed? Do you miss being happy? What is in your life right now that is not creating or aligning with pure joy? What is it? Because that's on the other side of all of this. That's the only card that came up upright. So you know how to find joy in the shittiest things. So find it and don't ever let it leave your grasp because you deserve to be happy, okay?
That's a
Don't
life
feel
skill.
guilty. There's a guilt feeling, like don't feel guilty about putting yourself first. You deserve
Excellent. Yeah, I think finding that is a life skill sometimes, right?
it is.
KRM is asking for a reading here in the live
Yep.
chat. We'll see who's next. And I want to encourage you, if you want to get a more detailed reading, to check the description of the video for Autumn's link tree and a discount code to get a larger, more encompassed, right? You do like a half-hour readings for people and things
Yeah,
like
there's
that?
half hour and there's 1 hour ones, and they could either be we talk like this, like a one-on-one. I could do phone calls or a Discord call, one-on-one. You don't have to be on camera. I'm just on camera, just showing you the cards. We can talk, or I can pre-record a message for you and send it to you in an email, or I can type it out for you. It doesn't matter. I prefer having conversations with people. I feel like it sinks in a lot more when we're talking. Yeah. Okay, so KRM.
KRM, you're up.
So these are good. So there's romance is up. That's good. Truthfulness is up. So you are along the process of being truthful about yourself, about what you want, and being happy within a relationship. There is the dreams card is upside down. So you are not. There is something that you're not following your dreams completely. You're scared to take the leap. Okay, but look, I want you to see something. Look at this. The fortuity card being. Oops. What is that? The fortuity card being reversed and the dream card being reversed is telling, right? You follow your dreams, the money will come. Take the leap. I obviously can't sit here and be like, quit your job, because I don't know your circumstance, and it's very hard to just quit your job and do that. But it might be the best thing for you to take 15 minutes a day and slowly put it towards something that you really, really want to do. And it's going to help heal you, because the healing card is also reversed. Healing card being reversed along with all that, there's something healing within your dream. Maybe you are a healer. Maybe you want to take up Reiki or do this one day. Start. What can you possibly lose? I was nothing 3 years ago. I had no YouTube presence, no social media presence, and I took the leap, right? Maybe this is what you need to do. Don't forget to laugh at your own mistakes. Laugh along the way. It's not a setback. It is just realigning you with what you really want to do. Okay?
Excellent. And we have Dustin777 is up next. Dustin777. I want to encourage, there's appears to be a lot of new people in the live chat because this is not the usual topic that we handle here. We're usually a lot more skeptical. So you people who are interested in these sort of things, please do subscribe. We're trying to get a little more balance here between.
Like I'm not reading the comments because I'll get distracted. So like you're saying,
yeah, I got the live chat. You concentrate on what you
but
need
I'm
to
saying
do.
is the live chat like new, like in the sense that they're being supportive of the readings and then it's new.
Oh, I mean new as in I just don't recognize some of the people.
Oh.
You know, some of the people that are here asking for readings may have just seen that there's a show on with readings and come in for the readings. I'm encouraging to subscribe and also to check out Autumn Rose. Her social media links are all in the description of the video here.
Okay, Dustin. All right. So being in the past, being vulnerable has been really, really hard for you. You are one with nature, though. I would love to know if you're an earth sign. This being vulnerable and the fear of rejection after the vulnerability is completely normal, but it's also, if you can't be vulnerable with someone, then you're not supposed to be with them, and you can't be afraid of losing. You can't. If you're afraid that someone's going to just dip out on you after you leave yourself vulnerable, then that's okay. They're not the person for you, and you're going to either find that out the hard way or when you're vulnerable, right? Or sorry, when you're vulnerable, or yeah. Okay, so the dreams. Once you get over your fear of being vulnerable in front of someone, your dreams are coming down the pipeline right here. And I know you are 777, very lucky number. So you already know. You got your foot. Yeah, see, look, dreams. This is funny because the last time we pulled these cards, they were reversed. So here you go. Don't let go of that dream that you have, okay? It's coming. If the money is coming, I know it might take a while to jumpstart whatever you're doing, but do it, okay? It's coming. Let yourself be. You're vulnerable. It might be sharing, like whatever. How do I word this? Whatever was the thing that broke you is usually the thing that might be your purpose, right? That is your purpose. Find what broke you and go from there. Because you have a story to tell that will help other people be their survival guide, whatever that quote is. Your life could be someone else's survival guide at one point, and I think that's what is going on with that person there.
Interesting. Next up, we have Heather Birdie says, I would love a reading, please. And Intel Lady is next.
Okay. This card wants to come out. What is here? Ah, an awakening. You have an awakening on the horizon, or you just went through one. Okay, that's exciting. All right, so how you just took, you're maybe going through these pivotal life like realizations, like holy crap, that's probably why that happened. Don't try to rewrite it. Like literally just accept it for what it is and kind of transmute the negativity around it into abundance, because you're blocking your abundance by putting too much thought into like why someone hurt you. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Change gears. Like literally take yourself out from that perspective and see it from another perspective. Okay, don't forget to rest. It is okay to take a step back and be like, I'm just gonna chill. Like this girl, she's just chilling on the beach with her
sounds like my kind of girl.
And just do that. You need time to rejuvenate. Now is the time to rest, and if you feel the need to rest, do it. And it might be hard. I know. I like I said, I live in my spiritual bubble. When I want to rest, I just turn everything off and I rest, right? But I know a lot of people can't do that. I know that it's not lost on me, and but you need to at least try to. Maybe the first thing in the morning that you do is like a 15 meditation. There are guided meditations all over YouTube. Take advantage of it before you check any social media, like like the morning paper. Don't do it. Literally just focus on taking time for you. Wake up 15 minutes earlier than anyone else and just breathe. Don't turn your mind off. You have to turn your mind off. Not everyone will leave you. I'm getting like a strong feeling like you don't be afraid of, don't let the fear of abandonment stop you from doing something. I don't know what that's about, but it's going to be okay.
Interesting. And we have Intel Lady is next, saying, I would love a little reading if you feel drawn to me. And this Absolutely. Is for Intel Lady, friend of the show.
Well, I love the respect in just the question alone, so love that.
She's just sucking up to try to get a good reading, I think. Right?
Well, then she's smart. There we go. All right. Here we go. Okay, so there's there's a trip, okay, because this venture card comes up. Whenever this venture card comes up, it means take a little trip. It's like also with the rejuvenation, like take a little time, go on a little trip, do something. There's divine love, and there's a wish fulfillment that's not, there's something blocking you because you're not taking time for yourself. Divine love and venture, okay? Follow that. Follow what that means for you. I can generalize based because it's my experience, but like do something that is out of your wheelhouse. Don't think that everyone, okay, you're a kind person. Not everyone has been kind to you, but you are giving. So you being giving and following through with that life uh alignment, and maybe not like a full out job or something, but giving back in some sort of way will align you with a wish that you would like. That's what I'm gathering. Just be kind. There's something about giving, and a wish will be fulfilled after that, but you will do it without even realizing you're doing it, and that's why the wish will come, because you don't do, like, it's like karma, right? You can't just like do something that's not genuine and expect something back all the time. So do something genuinely nice and watch how things go. Don't let this don't let this world get you down. Be kind.
Very, very nice. This is funny. James Page says, I need protection from the IRS because F them. Yeah, I just did my taxes. Can you do a protection spell for me to protect me from the IRS stealing every dime I made last year? That'd be great. Ellen
Oh,
Fox has a good question. Sometimes people come here and they're not asking a selfish, like a reading
he
for
has.
me, but they want to know. So Ellen Fox has been following Elon Musk, thinking, I think that Ellen believes that he's going to be like the father of a Star Trek kind of future for us. Like he's going to take us to Mars and save the atmosphere and all of these things. So she wants to know, will Elon Musk figure out warping of time and space?
He has.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
You believe that he has?
Yep.
Okay.
I
Well,
know.
that
I have heard through the grapevine. I don't want to say too much, but back in 2020, there's people that I knew, like friends of friends, that were working for very big companies that were psychics. Like they were hired psychics for big companies, and that's all I'll say.
I'm gonna try to find the next one. I apologize here.
No worries.
I got I got stuck here in the live chat. Oh, Bobby Dogstone is here and asks for a reading. Bobby Dogstone, welcome, Bobby Dogstone. If anybody would like a reading, please ask in all capital letters. I'm trying to get to you all, so I apologize if we missed anybody. I try to do these in order of the people that ask. So
Okay. Let go of the need for perfection, my friend, because life is not going to ever be perfect. You're never going to be absolutely ready. Take the leap as soon as possible, okay? Because look, the wish card came up again, reversed. So if once you take the leap into something, it will. Here, I'll put it back up. The wish upside down. So you're blocking your own blessings in a sense, right? Because you're like, okay, well, when this happens, then I'll do it. When this happens, then I'll do it. Just do it. Just do what you got to do, and stop waiting, because the universe wants to give you what you want, but it's not going to look exactly how you mapped out, and it could be just uh.
excuse me.
So you have also the wisdom card. So you are super intelligent. You just need to put it forward, okay? Put it forward and be honest with yourself about what you know and how to navigate this game of life, because it's right there. You just have to get like release your need to have it all mapped out. It's going to come. Use some discernment, maybe get rid of some people that are negative gossiping in your life. There's maybe some gossiping going on. Um you don't need any of that, and there's a wish, literally just release the need of that, like one path, like this is how I'm going to get what I want. It's not going to happen that way. Once you release it, you'll have your wish come in, okay?
There we go. And I just put another. Anybody who wants a reading, we'll do a few more. ask for them in all capital letters. I also wanted to ask you if you're married, and what does your husband think about what you do?
I am not married. I am in a relationship, and he loves it. Actually, I met him on Reddit doing this, and I literally was like, haphazardly was like, yeah. I literally knew I was gonna marry him the first time I talked to him. Like it was literally
Well,
there.
that's interesting.
That was 2 years ago.
I could imagine though that men would be intimidated thinking that you're
Oh yeah,
psychic or a reader because they think, well, I can't get anything past her, right? You know?
exactly. Well, thank God he doesn't try, but
Oh, okay. Sunrays Homesteader is here, and I apologize for missing it. Says I asked way back. I will ask again. Please, may I have a reading? I have never had one, so first time for everything. Glad that we can do that for you. Sunrays Homesteader asking for a reading. That this will be the first time they've had one.
oh, cool. Well, welcome. I am honored to be a part
And
of your journey.
Bobby Dogstone says thanks. That was really helpful.
Oh, awesome.
Thanking you for his reading.
Okay. All right, so you have actual like wisdom. This is not your first life. That's 100%. Um, you're like sitting in like picture this, okay? You see how she's just like sitting in um her chair? what's the proper her throne? The throne, and there's lots of people behind her guiding her through this life. Your ancestors have got your back. Look up the spiritual meaning of owls. That might mean something to you. Owls, for especially like that's really standing out in this card. Um, don't be worried about rejection for about who you literally are, because the rejection card came up. I don't mean to sound like a parrot, but these are the same cards that keep coming up for some of the readings. You are smarter than be like settling for less. Like you are okay, I think, like with being rejected in some sort of sense. Like you're okay with it, even though people are not always so kind. But there's don't be ashamed of anything. Like that's more geared towards family. I'm pretty sure it's like gossiping, and your love life may have taken. You're smarter. Like we were just talking about. That's weird. We were just talking about how you can't get anything past people. Like me, men might be intimidated. Nothing can come past me. This is like kind of what it is in the same in related to your life experience. You are a very intelligent person, and nothing can get past you. Don't ever let someone take your kindness for weakness. You have a divine love inside of you. There's a light inside of you, and I would highly recommend. If you want to talk more, my link tree is down below. I would love to go more into this because this is a very interesting set of cards.
Interesting. And we have next up is Sandy Smith, another first time person that has never had a reading. Sandy Smith says, I would like a reading as I have never had one myself. It sounds extremely interesting.
Okay, hold on one second. I'm just gonna, my incense ran out. I'm just gonna.
You gotta have the incense going. I bet you got some crystals there too, don't you?
I do.
You crystal hippie bitch, right? You can't be a crystal hippie bitch without the crystals, right?
What? I never leave home without them. I actually have this one. It's amethyst, and it's all about intuition. Intuitive. Wow.
Well, so the reading is for Sandy Smith, who has never had one herself, says it sounds extremely interesting. And I want to thank and recognize Sunrays Homesteader, who became a YouTube member. You too can become a member and support the show.
What is this YouTube membership? What does that mean?
This is something new for us. It's you contribute like $5 a month, and then you get some added extra benefits as well as recognition in the live chat. People know that you're a member and supporter of the show. You get extra content every month, and also I'll be giving the YouTube members all the Patreon benefits as well. So if you sign up for either, you get the backstage pass. We do a monthly show journal. All of my music goes on Patreon, so you get it for free. The Patreon people sort of get a preview. Like if I'm working on a new production video, I put all the pieces as I'm getting it together on Patreon. and everybody gets sort of a preview if you're a member or a Patreon member before the things go public, and you help to support the show. So thank you, Sunrays.
Yeah, that's awesome. Can you just put that person's name back
Oh,
up?
yes, yes. Here we go. That was Sandy Smith.
Okay. All right. So there's vulnerability. Okay, being vulnerable is it might come a little easy to you, but you feel guilty about it, telling people how you really feel. But don't let that stop you from finding like who you actually want to be with, and you might lose people along the way. But all these cards, like romance is on its way. You just need to not feel guilty about actually putting yourself first. Okay, so guilt and romance. Don't let yourself feel guilty for speaking what you really want. Okay, find the love from within yourself. Divine love upside down tells me that there's like finding, just go a little deeper into yourself to find out why you feel guilty for speaking your mind and putting yourself out there, right? Don't be so fickle about decisions. Try to, before you speak, think for a second, because then you change your mind and it might not, you don't want to seem like you're like not knowing what's going on, right? So just kind of slow down for a second, take a deep breath. You're one of those people who might need to take that 15 minutes in the morning to really dive into the wisdom that you have within you, because it's there. You just need to access it, and it means being vulnerable with yourself, crying for 5 minutes, and then proceeding to find a solution to those problems. Implementing the life lessons that you have up until now will do you a load of good when you pay attention to it and pay attention to it well. Okay.
Interesting. So anybody else would like a reading, please put it in all capital letters. I think we're running out of time, though. So get your request in. If we have somebody else, we have Sunrays Homesteader said that your reading blew them away. Interesting.
Oh,
wow. Yeah, interesting.
I know, that was the one I just like before the one I just did now. I'm telling you, there's something I would love to talk to you. If you want to book a reading, like there was something there, I'm telling you.
Interesting. And you say that you do this full time now, right?
Yes, this is my career. Yep.
Wow. And how busy are you? Like how many hours do you work in a week generally?
I do a lot of Reiki, mostly from just like local people I have around here, but I have a lot of people that message me on Instagram. So a lot of my appointments aren't even on my website. It's like random people finding me from Instagram and TikTok. And so
Okay.
I just do, like, if someone can't afford it and they really want help, I am so okay with sending, like, I do donation-based readings all the time.
Free readings for people that can't afford it. Wow, that's good, right?
Yeah, it's like
see, that's always been, you know, if I'm to be honest with you, and I hope that I can be honest with you and not offend you, you know, you can take it. I can tell already, you know, you're not one of those people that are so easily offended. But like I've always thought, like if somebody has certain abilities, and I think that some people genuinely do just have a higher level of intuition, right? Maybe I've always thought like, well, if you really had this ability, shouldn't you be willing to help people? So I'm glad that you're willing to do that for people that are not able to contribute financially or having a tough time. Carolyn Barnett will be our last reading. She says, can I get squeezed in? We have just enough time, maybe. I don't want to keep you here too long. I know that you're a busy lady.
I like being busy. If I can help the world in any way, I will. You know, it's crazy because people from, like, I'll talk to people from Australia, Scotland, like all over the world. And then they'll message me back like 6 months later being like, what you told me was so amazing. And then it helped my mom, and my mom helped her coworker. And it's like a trickle effect of making the world a better place. And if like that's all it is, then like that's why I'm here. It's what I do.
Well, that's
I'm
definitely
not gonna be like, I'm not gonna tell you like some crazy shit like you better be careful or someone's gonna die or something. Like it's not like that. It's not like that. Like nothing's gonna happen to you. Hopefully, it's not what it's about. It's about making your life a better place. Better. Your mind is like a busy place. Okay, so companionship. All right, so companionship usually means there's either like a friend or getting out. It goes both. It could go one of two ways. Companionship means like you might already be in a relationship, or you're struggling to find some decent people in this life, right? So when I see this card, I usually it's like go and be friends with the trees. Like make a tree your best friend. Tell your tree all the bullshit that you're going through, and don't worry about talking to people that like if you are happy about something and then their response, like their energy is like jealous energy. Be careful about those people around you, okay? Because it's like if you see in the corner there at the back, there's like someone lurking in the back, right? So always, well, you see how she's lurking in the back there, right here. Like, be careful about people who don't always want the best for you, but know all of your information because they are the ones setting energy that is blocking your path moving forward. At the end of the day, call all your power back to you and give back all the energy that you have mistakenly taken along the way of the day. It will change your life drastically because energy in your aura field and on your path it will affect you. I don't know how old you are, but like in my sense, I'm almost 30. Like imagine 30 years of interacting with people and I've never given myself like energy cleansing. Like that could get very like you don't even know if those are your own thoughts, right? You have to clear your head. You need to say anything that does not have permission to be here needs to leave. Okay. There is an awakening here on the horizon, and it's going to lead to don't resist it. So that's what I'm saying. Like companionship, be careful about the company that you keep, and you might lose some friends. But on the other side of that, there's a huge awakening about to happen. Like you're going to have some self realizations that will change your life, and then there's a wish fulfillment coming. It's right there. So be prepared for that. When you can dive into yourself and get rid of all the people in your life that aren't necessarily giving you positive energy.
Interesting. And Sunray's Homesteader must have liked your reading a lot. Says, please tell her to check her
Oh,
PayPal.
oh
So
wow.
thank you for that. Thanks for the support. We appreciate that.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me on this channel. And if anyone is in the chat, just know that you deserve all the happiness that the universe has to offer, and it's more than capable of happening. And if I can be any help, my DMs are always open on Instagram. I have my readings available. Use the 20% off. I would love to have connect with some of you. And thank you for having me.
Yeah, yeah, it's my pleasure. And some people are very skeptical, and they're also, I have to be honest that I'm so skeptical that people are like, "What? Steven's having tarot card readers here?" But I have an interest, and what better way to decide for myself what I really think about it besides having an opportunity to up close observe the way this works and people's reaction to it, what people think
Yeah.
about the readings that they're getting. So for me, it's like a selfish research project having you or Stephanie here. I try to learn tarot cards myself, and I'm terrible at it, but I'm still learning. I
Right.
think there's something about those cards that focuses me if I'm trying to work through some problem that I'm having in my life, or
It's just like the little things to gear you, like to give you something to think about. Like you're unclear about something, okay, let's see. Like it's just to clarify something. And when you get deeply connected to the cards, it's like you truly believe that this is like the universe's way of like speaking to you, and clarifying things for you. It's just like when I go for a walk, if I see like a squirrel, I'm like spiritual meaning of a squirrel. Like, and just see what that means. And just like really I go for walks and I just enjoy. I'm like, what's around here? I'm like, a pigeon, what's the spiritual meaning of a pigeon? What am I to do? I enjoy my life so much more when everything in it might sound a little narcissistic, but honestly, everything in my universe is for me and giving me uh like a push in the right direction. Like angel numbers, oh my gosh, I get harassed by angel numbers every single day. 111, 222. They're everywhere, right? Like the last time I just look at the comments, it was like 303 and now it's 313. Like those numbers mean something to me. And when they do, it's just like the little things, just like, oh my gosh, I'm on the right path. And when you start retraining your brain to think in a more positive way, And this is coming from, I was deeply depressed for a very long time. I have 2 kids. I was going through a huge depression after that, and just to snap myself back out of it, it was like a little game I played with myself. And then now all of a sudden it became a huge lifestyle, and I think in positive affirmations, like good things are always coming my way. And it has. It's like the past year alone has been mind-blowing to me. I've been like basically completely sober for the past year, which was huge for me. Like I said before, I was drinking tremendously. And
Yeah, I need to work on that myself.
right, and it's just like bad habits. Like I really just try to be like, okay, I'm having a human experience. How do I make this better? If I lose my cool, I'm just like, how do I be a better person? And that's all it is. And then it's now me teaching other people how to take the shitty moments in their life and transmute them into something that is going to be beneficial for everybody to make their life better. Like who doesn't want to be happy all the time?
Yeah, we can all use a little more happiness in our life, so
Right.
I'm all for that. So I want to thank you for coming here, and I want to once again
My
encourage everybody and let them know that in the description of the video is Autumn Rose's link tree where you can contact her or book a longer reading, and I encourage you to do that. Make sure you use the disc. She gave us a special discount code just for Truth Seekers here. It's in the
yes.
description of the video, so you can get a 20% off any of her services. And I hope that you'll come back and do this again sometime
I
and
would
not
love
be a
to.
stranger here.
You know my contact information. I would love to come back.
Well, I will hold you to
Thank
that.
you for having me.
So I'm gonna toss you out of here and play a quick bumper, but please stick around because I have a selfish question that I want to ask you off air. All right, friends, and I want to thank each and every one of you for coming here for our Truth Seekers Tarot Card Tuesday special event. I know that some people are confused or not understanding and what my interest is here, but I've always been interested in tarot cards and psychics. Some of you know that I have busted a lot of fake mediums. I have a big problem with mediums and people who talk to people's dead relatives. Uh, but the tarot card reading, I'm still on the fence about, and other things I'm still on the fence about. And I thought this would be a good opportunity to sort of study things more closely with an open mind and then make up my mind about what is it that I think about this. And maybe we'll do a breakdown after a while of doing these shows and I'll give more thoughts on it. But so far, I'm still very interested, especially interested in the fact that some people seem to be blown away by the accuracy of the readings that both Stephanie and Autumn Rose has given here. The proof is in that to me. How are these people able to blow people away with their intuitive readings? It's an interesting thing to follow, and we'll continue to follow it here. I want to thank each and every one of you, kind and generous benefactors, PayPal donators, new YouTube members, and Bobby, or I'm sorry, we did have a PayPal donation from David during the show. David B. He says, listen, I know that you've always wanted your first crystal skull. Please put this towards it. Well, maybe not, but glad to support your show and the good research you do. Thank you, David B. So thanks to all our kind and generous benefactors. Thanks to everybody for joining us here in the live chat. Always happy when there's an audience. Glad that you could be here today to be a part of mine. Until next time, friends, my name is Stephen Cambion. Good night. Well, really good afternoon today, and God bless all of you.